What's up everybody, your boy TFG. I'm back for another reaction today guys, and as you can see from the title above, we're back with another top 10 from VinnyTube. And before we get into today's video guys, you know what to do. It says it up there. Please make sure to subscribe. As you know, your boy's on the way to 500 subscribers and I'm less than 50 subscribers away from my first ever milestone. So I'd really appreciate it if you can help your boy and subscribe guys. Of course, put your post notifications so you never miss out on a video. So yeah, we're back on another banger from VinnyTube guys, and this is gonna be top 10 most impactful anime fights of the 2000s, I believe. Yeah, basically. And yeah, if you didn't know, obviously your boy, I started watching anime they were all from the 2000s, well, excluding Dragon Ball Z. The rest were from the 2000s, so I'm probably gonna know a lot of these, man. I'm expecting to know more than 6 fights on this list, 100%. So yeah, this should be a great list from VinnyTube. I'm actually excited to. I'm really excited to see this one. So yeah, without further ado, let's go. Samurai Champloo.
As we've been doing those look backs at the previous
I haven't
year
watched
and
the sub of
decades,
Champloo. I watched the dub because the dub is really good, in my opinion, and others too.
When you think about it, the 2000s
sounds like Zoro, is it me?
When a lot of us grew up on anime. Behold the era of the big three, but trust me, those popular shows that set the landscape of this decade wouldn't be all that you'll see. In fact, I had some surprises in store for you, and while I doubt it, knowing you guys, you might even be able to find a show here with a fight that you overlooked by accident. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get the ball rolling.
This anime I have not watched this one. What's this?
Down memory lane to date.
Number 10, Samurai Champloo, Mugen and Jean vs Gaara. I have not watched Samurai Champloo in so long. I don't remember this. I swear.
True to its artsy and unique form, Samurai Champloo brings us the first among the top fights of the 2000s.
But it was ahead of its time in animation.
Gaara, the so-called Hand of God. This fight shows much of Samurai Champloo's appeal. The artistic shots are there, and the simple, fluid sequencing of attacks is there
this
too.
Must be towards the end, right?
Mugen sword fights in Samurai Champloo pretty much go against the typical shonen style of deadlocks and clashes of power. Instead, the fights are fast, fluid, and place emphasis on dodging and moving according to pre-planned moves. Gaara is just the
I love the beginning of Samurai Champloo. I love the beginning.
And to establish the overall power level in the series. The two of them got their asses handed to them by the sheer genius
Damn, this guy's not even moving,
bro.
I have to go rewatch this whole fight. Bleach, of course. Ichigo vs Grimmjow, okay. Of course. So 2 fights of now.
2000s is the era of the Shonen Jump Big 3, and the first one to enter the list is Bleach with its Ichigo versus Grimmjow fight. Grimmjow's one of Ichigo's most memorable rivals, and it's not a surprise that their final fight delivered in all regards. Personally, I don't consider this the best fight in terms of character building or clash of ideals. This fight, however, is king when it comes to good old slugfests, as Ichigo and Grimmjow went at it raw with unrestrained power.
Just full power. Get this over with. Let's just fight. How about
Ichigo's perfect foil,
I think it was the third one.
Sure knows how to make an
finish
impact.
It off.
And despite not having as much internal stakes as some of the previous Ichigo fights, Grimmjow versus
this
Ichigo's
final
fight remains one of the most memorable and visually
100%.
Imprinting clashes in Bleach. Feeling massively
Perry went crazy. Studio Perry went crazy in the animation.
His raw will and resolve. With Orihime's fate at stake, Ichigo got that last push.
Guys, have you seen that meme?
With a
the story of Bleach. Save
Rukia,
save Orihime, and the rest I don't know. It's hilarious. It was an old meme, I think. Yeah, okay. What's this anime? Okay. Moribito. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this anime. Let me know, is it a good anime?
It's rather niche compared to what we've taken a look at so far.
Animation looks very good for the 2000s.
Moribito does start off with a bang, with a great fight coming in as early as the 3rd episode. Balsar shows off how much of a badass female lead she is by taking on several hunters at once. The numbers disadvantage doesn't seem to phase the seasoned warrior one bit as she comes out
definitely
right
got that power.
Although, I've got to say, is that even really that surprising?
Wow.
Looking at the clip, you wouldn't expect Moribito to be a 2007
asses,
show,
bro.
how great the fighting looked. Fight choreography and
she buff as well.
All ahead of their time in this series.
Definitely, bro. The animation, 07.
You might want to watch the rest of the series.
Not the 07 anime I watched had animation like this. None of them.
Is a gem that deserves more appreciation.
Wow, definitely does, bro. Ooh. What's this? Gurren Lagann? Okay. I know Gurren Lagann, but I've never watched it. If you guys have been watching me for a long time, you know I'm not a fan of mecha.
It has all the trigger signatures, Over-the-top action, crazy twists and
some people got pissed off when I said that, but it's just not my thing, guys. I'm sorry.
Fueled by fiery voice acting and
I'll see if I try. I'll try to get into it, maybe.
Thinking about it now just gives me goosebumps, and I'm sure the same goes for some of you as well. It's hard not to like this fight because it's probably peak TTGL, and everything you'd love about the show is condensed in this one
Animation's clean though,
with Team Daiguren carrying the hope of humanity on their back. The final battle of TTGL truly is a landmark moment in the late 2000s. It capped off the show that put Trigger on the map, and the studio hasn't looked back ever since.
Trigger made this, okay. Okay. Interesting. Let me see this. Oh, bro, ski.
Didn't know Hunter x Hunter had an anime way back, and it's from there.
Yeah, but man, I mean, yeah. Since it's 2000s, he can't put the 011 version, cause the Kurapika and Uvo, yeah. Oh my god, the 011 version. I've seen the original fight, the old one, but I'm sorry, but actually, a lot of you are gonna agree with me. The new one, it can't compare to the old one. Like the old one, no. Like, the new one is way better than the old one. Well, of course it would be, but just a shame you can't put the 011 one, man.
On the list,
sorry for pausing it.
Versus Uvogin. The brute of the
I haven't watched the full fight, but I've seen. Let me see it.
Takes on Kurapika in this fight that showcases
1999. Wow.
Hunter x Hunter are so fun and unpredictable.
Just a baby when this came out.
I don't blame fans for taking him for granted because he was defeated so early. But when you look at the guy in a vacuum, he's just overwhelming. That in turn makes him the
when I first seen Uvo, I was like, bro, who the hell's gonna defeat him? And Kurapika comes back from some training. He's a full-on badass. I was like, what? How is he this strong? He can use all the Nen. Oh my god.
Kurapika was able to snowball his advantage in the fight and easily win, even healing through Uvogin's attack. To his credit, Uvogin was never the dumb muscle that his boisterous behavior and loud mouth make him
this fight was amazing.
But he does find himself outmatched here. The icing on the
I'm on about the 011 version because I've never watched the
abilities counter his enhancer ability. The battle's been decided, and even Uvogin himself knows it.
Kurapika is a badass, bro. Hajime Ippo? Yeah, I've never watched Hajime Ippo.
Fifth place fight is a real slobber knocker featuring Takamura.
They're going in.
Brian Hawk and Takamura are basically foils for each other. Loud, boisterous, and perverted. The two are cut from the
so this is 2000, but the animation is looking amazing.
All-time high, Hawk confidently begins
combat
against the Japanese opponent, trading impactful punches
but
and swinging the momentum back and forth. It was really a war inside the squared circle. At the fight's darkest moment,
there's about more than 15 punches right there.
Turn the tides. The intensity has been turned up to such an extent that it allows him to finally settle the score and put an end to the undefeated streak of Brian Hawk. The over-the-top fight is part of what makes Ippo such a classic. Where else do you see non-main
Yo, I need to watch this shit right here, bro.
Epic showdowns. The fight makes Takamura look so badass, and needless to say, he beat Hawk into retirement. Literally.
What?
Takamura won't be in another fight as awesome as this one.
I need to watch this guy's top. Yo, I need to watch this anime, guys. I'm not even gonna ask you if it's fire. I know it's fire already. I'm gonna watch it. That's crazy. Cowboy Bebop. Okay. I'm gonna watch this anime very soon. I'm actually pissed off I have not watched this anime. It's one of the
mentioning Cowboy Bebop, one of the landmark shows.
Yeah, one of the landmarks, exactly.
Entry, however, we go past
it's one of the greats, one of the goats.
And take a look at a fight from the movie, the battle between Spike and
Vincent. I've seen this somewhere.
Who doesn't love a good old fist fight to end an amazing anime movie? The two fighters, after numerous confrontations, find themselves in for one decisive
Who's animating this, bro?
And they simply put out one of the best unarmed combat sequences in anime. The action's fast and furious, and their fight spills all over the place. After numerous setbacks,
and this must be very old because Cowboy Bebop is quite old. This must be early 2000.
Animation, bro. Spike's endurance concurrently with his vulnerabilities. Despite being the ace bounty hunter, Spike seems to be fighting an uphill underdog battle here, but you just don't notice that at first because of the cool sequences. Hand-to-hand combat at its finest.
Finest, definitely, bro. Oh, how could you forget about this one? Rock Lee versus Gaara, yeah. How could you forget about Naruto? How could you?
In contrast to the Clash of the Titans, we have an underdog fight for our third place entry. All you need to take a look at is the build-up and the roles of
I got nothing to say about this fight. It's a great fight. It's just a great fight.
Rock Lee. On one hand, you've got the arc villain who's heavily featured everywhere. Facing him is the resident comedic side character who, despite kicking Sasuke's ass, certainly
I'm sorry guys, is it me or...
I mean, let's be realistic about
I know
it.
most of you are not gonna be, you're gonna be like, what the hell, but I like the original Naruto more than Shippuden.
Gaara with all he had and was seemingly on the verge of victory in numerous instances.
Shippuden was, no, it was good, don't get me wrong, but Naruto, just the way it started, the tuning exam, bro. For me, I'm not saying Shippuden is bad, Shippuden was still very good, but this was just amazing. I don't know, tell me how you feel about it, guys. Do some of you agree with me? I'll be shocked if you agree with me. Of course, One Piece versus Lucci. This was 2000s? I thought it was early 2010s. Oh no, it is. Of course it is. Yeah. Because I remember the.
Over the years,
I remember the
Marineford
War was
a lot of cool
010.
Emotional fights. As one of the biggest shonen series out there,
it's
bound to have
Marineford.
several fights that are contenders to make it on this list. Now, why did I choose Luffy's fight versus Lucci specifically? In addition to the emotional context and the weight of the fight, I'd say that the battle against Lucci is one of Luffy's fights that is all about his raw power.
Luffy went one-on-one, no help,
true shonen fashion, whether it be surviving Crocodile's initial assaults through luck or Law helping out against Doflamingo and others. However, this battle against Lucci's a good old physical brawl.
This is one of the iconic fights of One Piece, really.
Basically, is a battle that Luffy won through effort.
Exactly.
Not plot-related devices going on around to help Luffy secure the win, and we're treated to a nice little slugfest that features the two combatants answering each other with blazingly hard punches and physical feats.
That Gatling, though. What's number one? Let's see. What you got in here, bro? See, this is why I love ViniTube. Number one, Sort of Stranger, never heard of this anime. This is why I love ViniTube, man. Oh my god, anime the fluidity, bro.
In fact, it topped another list that you might want to check out too.
Really?
That's just a testament as
might check out that list soon then.
Climactic battle is.
It topped it as well?
We've been treated to scenes of Luo Lang's feats and the
I've never heard of this anime in my whole life.
All this time we were made to wonder what Nanashi could possibly do to defeat his opponent,
this
who's been shown to have the
animation,
strength of
bro.
an entire army, and trust me, that's no exaggeration. The fight at the altar is probably one of the best pieces of anime cinematography, not just in the decade, but in anime history as a whole.
It's looking amazing.
The intensity of the fight's been amped up, and that's all thanks to the animation, the acting, and the soundtrack.
Now I'm gonna check the studio. Right after this, I'm checking the studio. Who the hell made this?
Peak anime battles in the 2000s. This one has got to be one of the
going in so
strongest
hard. Wow.
As we conclude the list,
as you can see,
into a wave of nostalgia myself. I'm more
man, that's nostalgia right here.
About anime decades, but the 2000s had a lot of great highlights, didn't it? If I do say so.
So yeah, that was the top 10 most impactful fights of the 2000s. This is, like I said, I knew it's going to be a great list, and with ViniTube on it, you see what I mean, guys? What's his name? Watch Mojo will never put out a list like this. Like, number one is Sort of Stranger. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think the anime is it that popular. I've never heard of the anime in my whole life, but nevertheless, bro, the animation on that was incredible, bro. It reminded me of the, I think it was called the Cat Legend. One of you guys told me that's a Chinese anime. I don't know, but yeah, that one. It reminded me of that animation, but that was even more fluid because obviously more newer. But this is amazing. This came out in the 2000s. You gotta think of it like that, guys. This came out more than 10 years ago, and look how fresh it's looking, bro. Wow. I'm gonna watch the anime just for that. Have any of you guys watched this? Comment below, guys. Have any of you watched this anime? Is the story actually good? Because obviously, if the story's shit, then obviously I'm not gonna. I am still gonna watch it for the fights, maybe. But man, this was a great list, man. Definitely nostalgia in here. Naruto, you know, Bleach, One Piece, the big three were in here. You have to. I mean, you have to. Yeah, and the rest, I think Cowboy Bebop, that surprised me as well. That incredible animation, and yeah, the fight scenes, just the punches and everything, especially Hajime Ippo, bro, he was going in. But yeah, this is a great list, man. Recommend me more from ViniTube, guys, or any other person as well, doesn't matter. Yeah, I enjoyed this list a lot. Tell me what you thought about the list in general, guys, in the comments below. So yeah, that wraps up this one, guys. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please make sure to subscribe. I'm less than 50 subscribers away from 500 subscribers, and of course put your post notifications so you never miss out on a video. It's been your boy TFG. Peace.